Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Keep Your Power, brought to you by Promise Resource Network, the Disneyland of service providers in Charlotte. We are the best. I don't care what it is. Anyways, we got Keep Your Power today. And it is a class specifically about how not to lose your good stuff. We get into recovery, we start getting all this wonderful stuff. Peace, joy, bus passes, coffee, all these things. And
good information.
Good information, thank you. And we want to keep that power in us. We want to be able to not be taken by another person, right? All right. So keep your power. Today's topic is the owner's manual to recovery. This is all on you because this is the owner's manual. We'll write it down, come up with some stuff. What is recovery? What's needed? A manual is a book of instructions, especially for operating a machine or learning a subject, a handbook. A book of instructions, right? Operating a machine. Recovery can be like that, right? When you think of a machine, it's got a lot of parts. Think about a clock. The inside of a clock, it's got all those little round things on it, and they work all the time. That's how recovery is. It's complex. There's a lot that goes into it. But when we get excited about recovery, these things come. Somebody tell me something, raise your hand, that we need in our owner's manual to, let's say you meet someone, they're brand new, and you want to share about your recovery. What's one thing they need to know?
Consistency.
Consistency. I like that. We talked about that today in our group, in our staff meeting. You know what? One of the most important things for me, I got lots of friends. I got a few friends that actually show up. I can count them on one hand. I know a lot of people and I love a lot of people, but to show up, to be consistent, to be where you're supposed to be with what you're supposed to have. I love that because that goes right along with personal responsibility, doesn't it? Some of this is on me. I don't know. I always think about, I was standing along the road waiting for the bus, reading the Bible, had lunch for my grandma. And this man with a net came and swooped me up and took me to treatment. I didn't do nothing. Personal responsibility is looking at our part in things, right? I had a part in my having to go somewhere to get something different. So we got consistency. I like that. What else? Yes, sir.
Determination.
Ooh, determination. Tell me about that.
You know, you gotta keep your eye on the prize. You know, don't be knocking yourself down. You know, it's gonna be hard. You know, don't think your journey gonna be like everybody else's. You might not get it the first time around. You might relapse a couple times, but keep going. You know, if you want to get there, if you really want something just like you wanted that dope, you can get sober.
I agree. Today, I get up out of bed determined to have a better day because I've had too many shitty ones. I know what it is to be miserable. I know what it is to feel inept, unloved, all that shit. Today, I'm determined to be in my recovery. Right? I love what you said. If I put enough effort into what I'm doing today in my recovery, as I did back in the day, chasing whatever I was chasing, right? Whatever I used to shut up my symptoms that were going on, whatever I used, I had to be determined not to do. I need to be determined to do something different today.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. What else? Yeah.
Being present in my own recovery. Sometimes the first time I went, I wasn't really fully there. I went because of obligation. I feel like that's what I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But now I go in there with intention. I don't go in there to judge it. I go to learn and listen. And to go in there with an open mind. I would say, you know, it could be sometimes it's not about what you learn, sometimes it's about being around people with like mind.
Being in that present moment.
They can realize that we all go through that. That's what it was for me, to seeing like all kinds of people, walks of life, age ranges, colors. And
Hey, hold on, get back to present.
but everybody going through that and maybe present that
Yes.
it doesn't matter what you're going through. We're all going through this.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same road of trying to get recovered.
I love that because it's like, it's the camaraderie. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I think I've been through war. I've been through some hell. I've been through some shit I don't want to go through again. It hurt. It hurt people. I lost people. Today I want something different, right? I want to be able to do something different to get something different. I want to be where my feet are, and that's so hard for me, right? Because I want those big things, right? But when I stay in the present, when I'm able to be here, and that's the hardest thing for me because my head's in the future, my head's in the past. And they always told me if I've got 1 foot in the future and 1 foot in the past, I'm pissing on the day.
I like that.
I'm wasting.
Yeah.
Wasting. All right, who's got some? Yes, sir.
Being honest with yourself.
Ooh, honesty. Honesty is the fun. Never mind. It's an old song.
Oh, let it say.
Tell me about honesty.
Being honest with myself, knowing that I can't use being here. I mean, I can use being here, but I'd be lying to myself.
It took me a long time to quit lying to myself. You know, lying to somebody else is easy as hell. But I was really, anybody else just really didn't want to know what was going on?
Didn't feel right.
Didn't feel right. Yes.
Being able to deal with rejection.
Being able to deal with rejection.
Rejection is a part of life. When you are recovering alcoholism, drug abuse, incarceration, there are a lot of times that you're gonna be rejected and feel that you are not worthy. And so during those times, we need to be able to use better coping mechanisms. Like, for example, and I wish Indeed.com would change this, but when you apply for a job on Indeed and they don't think you're good enough, they actually tell you you're not good enough.
They do.
But what they say is, what they would say is, unfortunately, your skills are not good enough, or don't match up to, basically that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is, if you don't be careful, you can easily take it personally.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, shit, I might apply, because my key to getting a job is apply to 100 jobs, and somebody is going to say yeah, but it might be only like 5 years and like 90 no's. So how do you deal with those no's? Or how do you deal with the rejection from your kids because of your addiction, or your family because of your addiction, or your friends because of your addiction? So being able to say, I'm not dealing with this by going to the ABC store today, or doing drugs today is very important.
That is awesome. No is a big word.
No, it's
And
that's
I don't,
hard.
anybody not like no?
Nobody.
Thank you, I don't like no either. Hell no. I don't like no. Somebody tell me no, I will go twice as hard to do it.
Hell yeah.
Anybody else? Hell yeah.
I like
And
to
they
tell
come-
you, I go harder.
That's right.
What I need.
That's it. And the congregation said, well. Dealing with rejection though, that's hard. That's those arrows that come at us, that hit us, that other people say shit. Family, friends bring up our past, say you're not good enough for this right here, right now. I want to share with you one thing that I really want you to walk out of here with it. You're worthy. All of you are worthy of good things. You really are. There's nobody in this room or out there that doesn't deserve positivity, that doesn't deserve being accepted. Right? This is a place to come that you're more likely to be accepted. Right? Because we all got a story. We all got a story. Chances are we've all been rejected at some point. Right?
Yeah. My mom said rejection is God's protection, which can lead to redirection. But I was rejected by it wasn't for me. It's gonna redirect me to what is actually for me. Like I in my mind, that job, I only job I want, but I didn't know that God has something even better for me. That's what faith comes in for me. Like I may not have gotten that one, but the one that's for me, it's gonna be for me. So just trust the process.
Tell me about faith.
Faith is something that you don't know, but something that I know that I don't have faith that I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I trust it. It's known to me. Like I have a personal relationship with my higher power. I be going through what I've gone through, health things in my life. It has forced me to rely on someone higher than myself. I just give them all my problems, everything I'm going through, that rejection. God, what is your will? Because sometimes I want to do it because it's my ego wants to do it, but sometimes I need to be led and trust that He has the best, has something that's best in store for me.
I love what you said about the knowing. Faith is the knowing, right? It's something that I not only want or need to happen, I believe it's going to happen. I want it so much, I'm going to put energy into it. I'm going to put my thoughts and in my body, my movements into whatever it is I want. Faith without works is
Dead.
right. Basically, which means if you want something, you got to get up off your ass and get it, right? Nobody gives us much for free today. In recovery, sometimes we got to fight for it. Yes.
Because the faith is about surrender and trusting. Like, because spirituality and higher power is about surrender and trust. So some things that are out of your control, you have no control over it all. And that's when the faith and higher power comes in. It doesn't work for everybody, but it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to surrender and turn that over to a higher power. That's what's got me along in my life. It's got this carried me along. So,
Thank you for sharing that. We all got a different journey, don't we?
Yeah.
We all got a different thing that we got to grab a hold of, whatever that is. A higher power, a family member, a friend, a therapist, whatever. Something to grab a hold of that we can trust. Trust is a big part of recovery. And it doesn't only go, you better trust me, right? Because I'm all this. I got to trust you too.
But it's also being able to trust yourself.
Mm.
Because we've been messing up so much. like my way don't ever work. So how do I begin to build trust in myself if I've never seen it before?
Did you trust that if you put effort into it, you'd get alcohol or drugs?
Yeah, right.
Did you trust that?
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing.
But I'm saying being able to trust in something you have never seen before in yourself.
Yeah.
I've never seen a sober, and I've never seen a sober James, or I've never seen a happy James, or I've never seen a peaceful James. Sober. How do I get there?
You know what's funny? That I see that. I see that even though you can't see that. It is, we change and we grow. And it is, I've got to know myself today. Because I got to know what's going to screw me up. Right? I want to know what waits for me. What do I have faith in? Do I have faith in myself? This was hard for me for decades. Because I would have a little mirror and I would look at my nose, my chin, my eye, make sure everything's all copacetic, all in place, right? Hang on, nose this, hang on, boogers, nothing. So I couldn't see my whole face though. I couldn't look at myself because of my shame. Today I can. Today I can look in the mirror and a good day says, I didn't hurt no one and no one hurt me. Right? That's a good day.
I was gonna say, it's all about the people around you.
Hold on, oh, support.
Yeah, like your guy, like, because I can have, like, I was mentioning, either your people can uplift you, or it can be a circle that is support, or there can be a cage that
Ooh.
keeps you stuck where you were. Not to realize that I had people in my life, and not judging them, but I had evolved and grown, and I could still be there because
Yeah.
they were there when they would keep me in that cage and keep me in that small little space. And I know that there's so much more for me. And that's not judging it, but realizing it's not for me. I have a purpose.
I love that, Porter. Supporter cage. What is
But
it?
I think so many people feel guilty by leaving them behind.
It's self-love.
No,
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, that's probably what keeps us around that circle for so long, because we have a shame of leaving it. You know what I mean?
Can I tell you a quick stupid story?
Please.
Some of you have heard this.
I love it.
I will often go around with my head up my ass. Right? I just with my head up my ass. It's warm and cozy, but it stinks. Right? So I gotta choose today. Am I gonna stay there where it's all warm and I know the rules? Or am I gonna bust out of that cage that I probably made for myself because I'm comfortable here? I don't have a lot of difficulties here. This is where I want to be. And there's no problem with that. I was involved with a program for 25 years that saved my life, but it began to become a cage. It began to become a box
They're growing.
that I wasn't growing. And I had to break away from that to try something different. It's all in the trying and the doing.
Mom said, imagine if I would be in high school and still be like 41 years old. Like, why would I still be there? I should have gotten all that information there. If we don't do this, we can be there. I should have just go and evolve past that.
That using our what we've got to get closer to what we want. Right? When people say, "What do you want?" I say, "I don't know. What do you got? You might have something better than what I want." Thank you.
I don't know, I just thought like,
Okay, support. I want to talk about support. What's important about support? Down here, what's important about support? Yes.
Like, I mean, if you was meant to be by yourself, it will only be one person on earth. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you should not be out here trying to do something by yourself, because it take more than one person for you to be in your substance abuse. So you gonna need a support system and things for you to be sober. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely don't know everything that you need to know. And you're gonna need somebody to lean on, somebody to talk to, because it's gonna be a long, hard journey. This is gonna be something new for you. And so, because even though you might have been sober before you start using, it's still a different world trying to get back sober again. You know what I mean? That's not the same life as you was before. Then you use, now you just like you just gonna fall back into being sober. You're gonna definitely need support system, information, resources. You know what I'm saying? And people that, encourage you, you know what I mean? Give you that extra push when you need it.
I had everything I needed back in the day because I sought it out. I had my support network. I had a drug dealer that took checks. I'm so proud of that.
That is dope.
And you better believe I never bounced one.
There you go.
But I had a drug dealer. I had a bar to go to. That was my place. That was my home. That's where my people were. Right? I had the bartender who gave me the stuff that I needed. Everything I needed, I had. I had a support network that met my needs of being drunk, being depressed, and not wanting to live. Numbing myself. Absolutely. Today I've got a different support group because I got different needs. Right? I'm in recovery today. I love that. I want this. I surround myself, like you said, I surround myself with people that got what I want. No, I don't know what trust is. I don't know what friendship is. I don't know what a good employee is. So I hang around with people that know that. What do we say first? Somebody said to know, the knowing in ourselves, and the knowing of maybe I need to move on. Maybe I've outgrown this place. You know, whether it's a treatment center or whatever it is, a church, you know, a place like this,
Medication.
medication, all these things, we want to be able to be aware and find our people. My people grow and then they get small, right? And it's back and forth. But remember I said I got core people that show up. I show up for them too. That's part of the deal. What else is recovery net? Recover net. Yes.
Acceptance.
Ooh, acceptance is the answer to all my problems.
Amen.
Anybody here?
Amen.
Acceptance. Tell me.
Basically, like, until you accept anything as an issue that needs to be worked on, then there's no need to work on it. Like for example, if I got a bad habit of jumping in the air, like I just jump in the air, just like whatever I'm just rounding, I just jump in the air, just start jumping. And everybody's like, yo, bro, why you just jumping around me? You make me uncomfortable. Like, bro, I don't see no problem with it. It's just what I do. Why should I stop doing what I do? Whatever. But you in a place where it's actually might be kind of rude to like jump around these people. But until you accept the fact that it's something that you have to work on,
Yeah,
there's no need to change it. You first have to accept it. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't know it, I don't know it.
Mhm.
But once I know, I
Mhm.
can't not know. That's what they
Amen.
told me. You know, and acceptance is a big part of it. The first part for me was to accept I wasn't where I wanted to be. I mean, it was that simple because I thought I was stuck. I thought I don't know about anybody else, but all I saw was misery, and I thought that's all I was going to get. So I had to learn a different way, and these support people, acceptance that, you know, something's going on, and I need some help, and that's it. I need some help, and that's where that support comes in. That's where that inner acceptance comes in, and then I got to accept other people, don't I?
Yeah.
Damn it, other people.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, you didn't think there was nothing wrong with you jumping in the
I
first
know
place?
you don't think there's nothing wrong with you. It's hard to deal with people, but acceptance today, acceptance of myself and other people. I got to remember my rude days, my hard days, my crying days, my laughing days. All those things. We all have different kinds of days. We sometimes it gets loud here. I swear to God, there's some people ain't got no inside voice. But sometimes it gets loud here. You know, sometimes people have a really, really bad day. And you know what? I did too. I remember in treatment, there was this little room you could smoke in. I ran around it. Ran.
Chihuahua style.
Yes. And that didn't work for me. I had to accept something different at that point. Okay, what else? What else we got?
I think gratitude, because be grateful for even when I started my recovery, like I didn't even want to worry about like one day, one chip. I'm like, I don't want that one chip. I don't want to be known for that. Every time great things, like I want to wait till I get like 2 years. But everybody who had 2 years start with that one chip. Be grateful that I took the initiative to start, accept what I'm going through, and decide to make a change.
Yeah.
I mean, I need to be proud of that one day and remind myself that at least I started it. And that's the first part, is just taking action. I'm going back to school. I'm 41 years old. Why not? I don't care how old I am. If I want to go back, just do it. Who cares what other people's perception or judgment is? It's what I want to do.
Is gratitude an action?
Yeah.
Yes. Gratitude is an action. Gratitude is, for me, when I show that I'm appreciative. I can say I can say I'm grateful, but if I don't show you through giving back, understanding, accepting, then it's not going to work.
Gratitude.
Gratitude for me is the sword. I always say this. It's the sword that cuts through bullshit. Right? It just cuts through because it's hard for me to stand in negativity, self-pity, depression, anxiety, whatever it is. I can't stay there if I can get into gratitude. gratitude will screw up everything, right? It's in a good way. I can't do what I used to do because I've got more today and I'm grateful for it. Everything. We are inside a building today. It is going to rain outside. I'm glad to be here, right? I'm glad to be around y'all. I'm glad we got coffee. You got coffee?
Yeah.
We got coffee? I don't know. We didn't have it earlier. Okay.
It's time enough.
Beauty. All right. What else is in our recovery manual?
I think it's important to talk to yourself. A lot of people say, "Oh, you crazy." I talk to myself every day.
Hold on.
I talk to myself every day, and it's important to be your own cheerleader, and to and that also bring you back to gratitude, because I did time in prison, and I have a lot of hard days, I work in mental health, and I see a lot of people that I assume that are taking things for granted that I wish I had. And then I sit back in my car, and I'm like, in my car.
How dare you?
Right. So
Yeah.
I sit in my car, at my house, and think about like, well, damn, I just had a session with this person, and they were under a bridge.
Yeah.
Man, I'm doing all right. I'm too hard on myself. No, but there's nothing wrong with wanting more.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's for me. I kind of battle with that because I've taken a lot. I've taken a whole lot. You know what I mean? But I've been so blessed. I really have. But I want more.
That's it. My drug of choice is more.
I just
My
want
drug of choice has always been more. What you got, and do you have anything free? Those are my drugs of choice. But I want more today too. I want to be able to, if I want more acceptance in my life, I want more of that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give out Porter because he's so good at that. He's so good at letting go. For faith, I'm going to go to Ashley because his faith is so strong. I'm going to find those people that can help me get more, right? Because that's the shit. I want more today. And affirmations are so stupid. You write them down and you put them on your mirror. I thought it was bullshit. I really did. But how many of y'all were ever in my office over at Hawthorne?
Oh my goodness.
Just one.
It was like Studio 54.
It was the coolest office, had all kinds of affirmations up on the wall. And what you couldn't see was in certain places on my desk, I had little notes to remind myself, you're a good person. You are loved. You can do this. And when I read those things over and over again, I began to believe it. It sounds stupid, but it works. What I say to myself is so powerful. People hurt us with words. Words are like a knife that cuts. We all got scars. We all have had that negative talk to us. And today I want to be the one to talk to myself in a more positive way. Screw everybody else. I mean, just general. Screw everybody else and what they think. I want to be the one that loves me enough today to do something different. So affirmations to her. Hold on, we got Tanisha. Hey Sharon. She says, hey Sharon, so many grateful things to be thankful for. And she says, use positive affirmations, reminder that you are a good person, you are loved, and you can do this. That's it right there. Somebody else's words can be so powerful. They can help us. They can give us hope. But it's my words. It's the track of words in my head that says you're a dummy, you'll never make it. Why are you doing this? That's what I had in my head. Today I'm getting new thoughts. Right? I got those stickers all over the place. You are a good person. You are worthy. That kind of shit. Yeah.
There's this just to like, you know, ask what you were saying. There's this study of, it's called semantics. It's basically the pictures that sounds make. Because
Oh, okay.
yeah. Like if you basically, like if you take like some rice and you put it on like a steel plate or whatever the case may be, and you just play tones, it'll vibrate the steel table, and then the pictures and everything will show up.
Wow.
The reason why it's important because the reason why it's important is because what you hear is most likely like what you start to believe in yourself, or not necessarily believe in yourself, what you start to internalize,
Yeah.
and then that's what starts to show up in your life. So
Yeah.
for example, there could be like, I'm just Sexy Red. This is artist name Sexy Red. She got a whole bunch of music out there. And when you first initially hear it, you be like, what in the world? No. But then it keep playing and it keep playing and it keep playing. And then next thing you know, you doing what? Yeah, you doing whatever. Because it's what's being put in you. So that's what's internalizing, and then that's what's showing up to your world and your reality. Even though you thought it was weird, you was taking it back at first. That was your initial reaction, but the more you stayed around it, the more it became you.
I got used to it. I got used to my head of my ass.
Amen.
I got used to that. I got used to that me that I know I don't have to tolerate or accept today. I want more. I love that. It's about creating and then trusting, right? That trust. Yeah.
I just want to be in I'm
I know. I'm surprised I called on you.
and I like what you said. Certain things that it's saying for people could call us, label us, say, oh, you're a crackhead, or you're a pothead, or you're this. And you hear so much, you think what they say, or you receive it. Because some people's words are so powerful that they don't know that it can stick on us. And it's what we collect too. If we receive it, that's what you're gonna be. Because I know when I was out there doing my drugs and stuff, somebody said, oh, she's a crackhead, she this. And then I said, wait a minute, I'm not no crackhead. So I'm not gonna let you put that label on me. So it's how you perceive yourself, what you allow people to put on you. It's because if you let people put you as a crackhead, you're gonna be out there like a crackhead.
Okay, you said crack 5,000 times. Let's use someone that uses crack.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Keep saying it, and then you like,
Shit.
yeah. And then I notice now that I'm clean and sober, what they gonna call you now? Nothing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So you no longer label. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So you no longer label because you're not receiving it because you say, I'm not gonna label. So what you gonna do? You want more. You want more than what somebody called you to be.
Amen.
We
And that's
collect words. I love when you said we collect words.
But you gotta
That is something we got a
That's
choice
yours,
today.
yes.
What words am I going to take into my spirit?
Exactly.
Is it going to be honesty, faith? I love you. It's going to be okay. I'm here to support you. Help accept this. All those things. What is going to stick today? Because I'm like Velcro. What you throw at me sticks. Right? But it's up to me to try to get it off. And I do that through affirmations. You call me this, you're full of shit. And I'll show you. Because when you tell us that we can't do something, oh hell. She said something dear name.
Do y'all got focus on that? Like,
Yeah, that's all.
Focus, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Cause like it kind of tapped on what he was saying. Like the way that I ended up into my recovery, I had already I was still homeless, but I had already decided I was like, okay, well I ain't gonna get nothing done if I don't sober up. So I got into a job, whatever, but I ended up having some stuff going on and ran to the police. So I ended up in jail. Then I ended up in the drug program. Then I ended up going straight from jail to Nuvia, did 60 days. I went door to door from Nuvia to to Saber, and you know I had to get through phase 1 of that. You know what I mean? And the fact that it was kind of drilled into me, even though I'd already started it, but the fact that I didn't really have nowhere else to look. You know what I mean? I had to stay focused on being in recovery because I had to get through these programs. You know what I mean? Even though I'd already started, I knew that's the way that I need to go. But to have that support and that extra keeping me focused, you know what I'm saying? Just like what made me think of it is like the affirmations. Like I would be thinking, oh man, this stuff's stupid.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? When that's your environment, that's what you in, it start to make sense. You know what I mean? And so me going through all them programs, it kind of helped me stay focused on what I was doing, because I know maybe if I'd still been out on the streets or whatever, because I just worked 56 hours, so I had a big check on the way.
Yeah.
You know, I might have slipped up. You know what I mean? So I'm glad I kind of went through all them programs. Then once I got out, I had all that money left once I got out. You know what I mean? So I think focus. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you probably ain't gonna have that much, you know what I'm saying, help to keep you focused on things, but you got to be the one to keep you focused on your recovery.
Thank you. I think what makes this place work so well, in my opinion, is that singleness of purpose. We're all focused on more, on something better, on getting our needs met and getting some of our wants met, and trying to live in a different way, because my way, I'm just speaking for myself, my way didn't work for me, and I got tired of feeling like shit. So I had to focus. I had to begin to put emphasis, prioritize, be focused. Thank you.
And being able to surrender. Surrender for me doesn't mean I'm giving up. Like I'm getting to fight. Sometimes I try to fight and do things on my own. Sometimes I gotta surrender. I say, God help me. I can't do it, accept it. I'm going through this. I'm an addict. I'm having a problem. Surrender to the truth. I gotta know what I gotta believe it first and know for myself, like, this is what I'm dealing with. Live life on life's terms. And I can't compare myself to you because that robs me of my joy, my peace. I can't say you're doing this so I can do that. No, I have my own journey. I have my own trials and tribulations, and they're for me to learn from. It's hard. I can learn from you. It's better when I learn from the things that I've gone through.
What I do, if I can learn from that, absolutely. 2x4. Sometimes God needs a 2x4 for me to get my
You
lesson.
need to match your bracelet.
Yes, sir. Ooh, patterns. We got to know our patterns. Tell us about that. Our patterns.
You know what you like doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not conducive to,
Yeah.
you know your patterns. You know where you're going. What you want to do, you can't do it anymore. You can't. You gotta bump your head and bust it up next time.
You know, it's not necessarily drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling. It can be those little things.
Yep.
Right? What's stopping me up? Can I look at this? What keeps happening over and over again? Why am I going around this effing mountain again? Right? That's what it is. I look for patterns so I can change. But a lot of times I got to have help to see those patterns, right? Yeah.
Don't get comfortable with yourself.
Don't get comfortable with yourself.
Because there's always more out there than you do.
There's always more. Thank you. There's always more to do. There's always more to try. Hold on. Antonio said, he says he loved the classes at PRN. They're great. And he also says we have great groups, and I agree with that. This is a good group. Yeah. That was I didn't know your last name. So I was like,
You probably don't, you know what?
I love that. Hold on, we're not done yet. Let me check out here. Thank you. Okay, we talked about the manual. We said consistency, determination, being present, being honest, dealing with rejection through faith and trust, surrendering. Support is so important, but we want to make sure our support doesn't become our cage. Acceptance, gratitude is the most powerful weapon. Affirmations actually work. Pay attention to what you say to yourself, because sometimes we're talking shit. So use those positive words. I want more. I want to collect those positive words. And I want to keep them inside me. To focus, to pour in, to label all these things. We look at patterns, all these things to help us keep going. right? I am happy today, and that's what I've looked for all my life. You know, I got other things, but happy is what I look for. That's what I got today. So whatever, if you want something, find somebody that's got it and ask them how they did it, and then ask them for help. Can you help me do that? It's easy as that. How to be a friend, how to be an employee, how to be honest, how to have faith, how to do affirmations, all these things. All these things. Yeah.
Wouldn't accountability be one of them?
Ooh, accountability. Oh man, you're stepping on my toes. Damn. That is. That is. Tell me about that. Hold on.
Accountability is like all those things you saying take place in accountability because you can't trust yourself, you can't be grateful, and you can't move past anything if you don't take accountability for what you're doing. Because a lot of people be like, oh, well, I did it because you did it. No, you did it because you wanted to.
Yes.
You need to take accountability for your actions, not because of what somebody else, like peer pressure. I don't believe in peer pressure.
Yeah.
It's you just want to do it. So to be accountable and acknowledge what you've done. And once you acknowledge what you've done, then you can recognize all the other issues and you can fix it.
That personal responsibility that I've got to understand myself enough so I don't go where I've gone before. I got to take responsibility for that. I got to know what my past had and what didn't work in my life, what still doesn't work in my life. Meditation doesn't work in my life, but I got to find those things that do work because I'm responsible for that. Okay. I want to thank everybody in here. Y'all were awesome as usual. Hold on. Y'all take off. I'm just still online. Okay. Keep peace, share love. We'll see you next Friday. Keep your power all weekend. All right. Love you guys.
And Michelle, you did a great
Ross,
job.
thank you.